Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Point Break as this campaign begins its downward slide into oblivion. In Perfidious, Pete plays XCOM, The Long War 2. Point Break, pretty sure I actually meant Breaking Point, but you know, I always have Patrick Swayze movies running through my head nonstop. It's like the narrative of my life. It's the soundtrack, as it were, to Perfidious Pete's existence, but I suppose the Freudian slip there doesn't really matter. Point Break, Breaking Point, they're basically the same thing on this mission. All we're gonna do is go on this to watch a man die. That's it. It's gonna be just like when Roach bled out in the plane after Papa shot him in his stomach. You're cold because all the blood is running out of your body, Roach. You're gonna be dead soon. Hope it was worth it. You know what, Johnny Utah? In this case, I actually kind of envy Roach his slow slide into oblivion. It was worth it. Point Break is a great movie, but I have some problems with it. It's a great movie. I mean, where else are you gonna find another film about a bunch of bank robbing surfers whose integral key plot point is that the world's stupidest FBI agent sends the world's second stupidest FBI agent to get him a meatball sandwich while he sits in the car and laughs at Sunday comics with the sort of mania that is normally reserved for Bond villains who've just dropped 007 into a tank full of poisonous man-eating barracudas. Go rewatch that scene if you don't believe me. Rewatch that scene if you can find it, because Gary Busey is chewing so much scenery in that scene, you'd probably be obscured from the flying wood chips. But Point Break has its problems, much like this campaign has its problems, especially it seems like since the 1.3 conversion, in which we've done the same mission, I think, 3 times in a row now and had no chance of success anytime. Also, somebody right now is probably out there questioning, like, Pete, is that really the pivotal moment in Point Break, the whole sandwich thing? Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you, go review the footage. One, because the scenery chewing of Gary Busey in that particular film, that little bit right there, it is hysterically, ridiculously, laughably awful. It's just, it's so campy and stupid that it's maybe one of the greatest things ever. The sandwich is the pivotal moment in the film, though. Without that meatball sub, Johnny Utah never makes the critical link that breaks the case, and that's kind of the bit we got going here. We sort of need Kathleen Madigan to come up with a critical link here that can break the case wide open and ultimately get Papa shot in the back, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do that because the enemy resistance on this mission is going to be ludicrous. We have 18, and we got to get some poor hapless idiot civilian through this. And we have heavy enemy resistance, which means there's going to be 140 trillion guys. We're never even going to be able to get near that vehicle. I don't think we have any chance of doing this at all. I really don't think Kathleen Madigan is going to be able to get close enough to that vehicle to even see the guy. We have 18 turns. I guess we can spend it creeping around. Pete, you also said Point Break is simultaneously good and bad. Could you go back to that? Because I don't really care about what's happening with the mission itself. That's all pointless. And you're right. This is entirely pointless. Greatest and worst. I mean, the sandwich thing is both simultaneously good and bad, but there's other things about it that are also simultaneously good and bad. I mean, it has Tom Size. Oh, no, that's just fucking retarded. I mean, I don't know what else to say on that one other than that this is just ludicrously absurd. I mean, nobody's getting that man out of that car. It is the... Nobody can make this escape. Tom Sizemore does have his greatest role. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna get a coffin jag here. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I interrupted myself with my own biological functions, but I'm still working on this whole cold and illness thing I got going. Point Break, though, is Tom Sizemore's career high from a performance perspective. Because in that film, Tom Sizemore plays an undercover narcotics agent. He's like a vice cop. It's his greatest role because, let's all face it, that's the furthest from actual Tom Sizemore that Tom Sizemore has ever gotten. So in theory, depending on how the patrols work out, Kathleen Madigan could bust the scientist out of the hoosegow on this turn. How badly does she get killed after she does it? Because look at this run she has to make. It's the whole map. Even if we bust this guy out this turn, and again, we could in theory do it. Even if we bust this guy out on this turn, though, is there any chance whatsoever that we can make this escape? It is so far. Also, reinforcements are going to drop on us on the first turn, and we're like 4 turns away, maybe, possibly more. Alright, let's ghost walk. If we're going to even try, this is stupid. This is stupid to even try.
Got a group of hostiles over here.
Of course you do, Kathleen Madigan. Of course you do. There are 8,000 enemies on this map in a 2x2 foot square. Yeah, we can't do... Okay, this is... I'm not opening this door. Anything we do that gets Kathleen Madigan's concealment removed just gets her killed. She may already be dead, in fact, and we just don't know it yet. If we open this door, we die.
Orders confirmed. Moving out. I have eyes on the enemy.
Yeah, okay, you know what, Long War 2? Just go fuck yourself. Why even make this mission a thing? This mission shouldn't exist. It really shouldn't exist. There is no fucking possible way to do this mission. We sent in one guy on this mission, and it came out with heavy resistance. If we had sent an actual team that might, in theory, be capable of killing any of this, there would have been like 70 enemies on this map. There would have been the maximum, it would have been like swarming plus. This is stupid. Why do you put this in? Oh, good, and now we're, of course, locked down because reasons? Oh, good, Kathleen Madigan's gonna get stepped on because Ghostwalker is on cooldown. Well, I guess there's nothing we can do here but wait for the inevitable of Kathleen Madigan gets stomped on by an AI that's not supposed to know where she is, but always does anyway. I'm salty. But here's... Why put this mission in the game? It should not exist. This mission should not exist. I think this... I don't remember if this is a liberation mission or not. If it is a liberation chain mission, then just... It's not beyond stupid. It's fucking shameful. But why put this in the game? This mission has no business being in the game at all. Why do you put in things that are intentionally meant to not be done? And people are like, oh, this is one of those missions you're just supposed to skip, Pete. It's part of the game. Why put it in, then? I want to make an analogy for you here. Let's say you're watching the upcoming new season of Game of Thrones. And periodically, as you watch it, they splice in just Excuse me? I mean, sure. Why the fuck not? This isn't the stupidest shit of all time. Well, these guys will get 27 reaction moves because even though they're the guys that spotted Kathleen Madigan, they're still gonna get reaction fire because their pod didn't go first. This is like if you were... Okay, I mean, sure. The entire world went on Overwatch. Why the hell not? I don't even care anymore, Long War. I really don't care. This mod is... It's absurd in its... It's absurd in its awfulness. It really is. It's just bad. I can't tell where I'm going to have cover because I can't see any of that stuff, so let's just have Kathleen Madigan run. She should be like 6 times faster than any of these enemies. We can't leave her in the open, though, because if she doesn't have some form of cover, she'll get shot to pieces by a billion guys. Alright, so back to my Game of Thrones analogy. I keep trying to make it and keep missing it. But here's what this is tantamount to. If you were watching the upcoming season of Game of Thrones and periodically they just randomly sliced in footage from My Little Pony. Not like anything that was relevant or clever or humorous in any way. Nothing like that. No, you don't have anything like that. It's just like a random scene from a random episode of My Little Pony gets spliced into a taut dramatic scene from Game of Thrones. Be like, this doesn't belong here. There's no reason for this to exist here. And you know what? You're right. It doesn't belong there. It shouldn't exist in there. And it would be better without it. If there's a thing that doesn't belong, and somebody, that's like somebody being, whoa, well, you can still watch Game of Thrones, Pete. You're supposed to skip the My Little Pony parts. If I'm supposed to skip them, just don't fucking put them in there. It's better if you don't force me to engage in that behavior. The thing that I'm supposed to ignore, the thing that I'm supposed to skip, just don't put it there. Why throw an obstacle in my path just so I have something that I have to step over? That's stupid. Don't do that. Just pick it up. Get it out of there. Like this mission. It's just... I'm salty. I'm salty because it makes a better product for everyone instead of being like, oh, we continually put in missions that you're not supposed to do. Don't put them in there then. You're not supposed to do this mission. Well, then don't make me try. It's like Pavonis is attempting to deliberately waste my time. When I'm watching Circe stare out the window while the great basilica explodes and burns and kills half of the key characters of the cast, you know what I don't want to see? I don't want to see Rainbow Dash come in off from camera left and trot across the screen farting rainbows. I don't need to see that. I want to watch the cathedral burn. I want to hear the shrieks of the dying and see the slow, slight upturning of the corners of Lena Headey's mouth. That's what I came for, Game of Thrones. Stop trying to give me Rainbow Dash. I'm salty. Also, I'm sure the commentary on this episode made absolutely no sense, but I'm drugged out of my mind on cold medicine right now. So, you know what? I'm going to ask for a little bit of forgiveness here. So, no EXP for Kathleen Madigan. On the plus side, hey, she didn't come back injured at least. Her foot speed managed to get her out of a pretty tight little pickle. Miriam Nur, the VIP, was lost. So was that... I don't even remember if that was a Liberation Chain mission. It might have been a Liberation Chain. I don't even care. Actually, I really don't care at this point. I don't. Can I have my plasma grenades, please? No, of course not. Alien Forces field improved combat units with bonus hit points. I was just thinking they were not tough enough and could really use a buff. You know, considering the 75 trillion guys we just saw. In aggregate, that's like another 40 health we would have had to have done on that mission because Advent Troopers have more health now. One plasma grenade has been added to our inventory. Oh good, we gotta build grenades individually. That's not supremely irritating at all. Alien machinery is cleared. Let's go view this room because we're gonna have to reprioritize some of our engineering distribution. First things first. All we get out of the, you know, I do want to explore that, but I don't need crystals. I need supplies. So let's get you on this. And I'm tempted to try and put an engineer in resistance comms so we can work our way towards making contact. This would give us +1, but it also has the added drawback of forever imprisoning our engineer. Are we even working on a proving ground project though? I don't think we are. We are not. Why does it not auto deassign you then if you're not working on a project? Is there some other project we find that would be potentially mission critical? Shredder rounds are intriguing, but that takes 2 friggin' weeks? Oh, we can do these projects with nobody on the job. They just get automatically built? Very interesting. Gas grenades, incendiary grenades, I wouldn't mind starting. Battle scanners. I mean, also theoretically intriguing, but I run stealth so much and have so many people concealed, I don't really feel like battle scanners necessarily bring a lot to the pile. Shredder rounds are real intriguing, but they take 20 supplies and we just don't have a lot. Do we have anything that doesn't take supplies? There's the question. Well, red screen rounds take 5, but they seem like garbage, so why waste 5 supplies? Alloy plating is intriguing. You know, no, I don't really want to do any of this. Battlefield medicine takes 100 supplies. Okay. We need 3 scopes. I think we may have enough scopes to try that one, I suppose. Stocks, we definitely have enough of. Expanded magazines. I mean, we're getting close to being able to do some of this stuff. We still don't have a single suppressor on the project, which I find hysterically funny. I don't really want to do a project at the moment then. So we're going to put our other engineer. Okay, they're both clearing debris. I think what we'll do then is let's take our bonus engineer, assign him to resistance comms, which gives us Isaac Mizrahi's brother out there recruiting. That actually gives us 2 resistance. Oh, 2 bonus contacts. And then we can start I mean, we can start making contact in a new region. We could spread out and get one region away from our black site mission. 160 intel. I say we do it. We're going to have to build a radio beacon in this new territory. And the lack of project on the Avatar project as we have expanded here has been, I mean, not the greatest thing in the world, but all things considered, it's not been the end of the world either. Are we ignoring this smash? No, we're infiltrating this. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't know if we were ignoring that smash and grab or what. Sabotage the Advent Monument, get Advent's attention. What's Advent strength in this region is already like a 4. We could take a team out here and do Operation Fireprints and kill some guys. All this does is increase strength in the region, although it does give us extra intel as well. If all we have to do is sabotage the mission... Oh, it's evac with flare, right. You know what? This is a mission that's actually got a pretty good opportunity for potential EXP. Let's use this mission to level our troops, because again, we don't necessarily care what the Advent strength is in Eastern Europe at the moment. We don't have a liberation chain or anything working here. We send in, I think, okay, we can do this. So the second city is on a mission. What's the Laugh Factory got going? Nothing. Well, good. You guys are getting the call. So we got Paul Poundstone, Patton Lightning Oswald, Lewis Back in Black, Don Roastmaster Rickles. First thing we need on this, though, we are going to have to get you another Shinobi, because I want somebody who can slip in and slip out. That Shinobi is going to be Kathleen Irish Madigan. What else do we want to give you? We got 7 days with no intel. I think we give you Karen Whoopi Goldberg Johnson here. Let's do a loadout adjustment and give Whoopi... Okay, so which one of these slots gets our bonus... We need to figure out which one of these slots gets our bonus grenade. So soldier ability, she has heavy ordnance. Any damaging grenade in your grenade-only slot gains a bonus use. So we need to figure out which one of these slots is the grenade-only slot. So can I put something other than a grenade in that slot? It says utility item, and grenade. Okay, so we're going to put a grenade in that one. This is the grenade-only slot. So what are we going to put in here? A plasma grenade. That's what. And Karen Whoopi Goldberg has just dramatically upped her overall utility. Alright, whoops. I like what you're bringing to the table, girl. 6 days, 21 hours. We might even be able to get another soldier in here. And, you know, maybe not. What about Chris Frosty Rock? Can we get you in here, Frosty? 8 days, 16 hours. I don't want to boost this, so no. I'm not going in under infiltrated. And I don't want to boost the mission. Good. All that work has been undone. Fantastic. EXP for Kathleen Madigan, then. Whoopi, your loadout is still... Okay, your loadout is still correct. So strip all weapon upgrades and make weapons available. We got enough rockets, bombs, and grenades that with a concealed start here, I think we just hunker down, send Kathleen Madigan in to do the dirty. Once Madigan does the dirty, we have pop the flare, hang back on the edge of the map, kill anybody who comes close, and then, you know, skate off without a hitch. So Don the Roastmaster Rickles. I want to weapon upgrade you. I want to change your loadout. Gonna give you a laser Sten gun. And I think that's probably... I don't think I'm actually gonna go with weapon upgrades on this one because... Well, okay, alright, Lewis Back in Black will get some weapon upgrades. We're gonna give him a scatter ray. Also, I'd like to point out one thing they did do here is lower the damage on shotguns in 1.3 because apparently we can't have nice things. Weapon upgrade for Lou. Elite stock does us no good. Advanced laser sight we definitely want. Auto loader, actually we also want an expanded magazine. I think we'll hang on to that and give that to... We have a gunner, right? Did we bring a gunner? Yeah, we got a gunner. We got Paula Poundstone. Let's leave that for Paula Poundstone. Patton Lightning Oswald. We're going to edit you. You're not really going to be moving a lot on this mission, so... Oh, we don't have another laser rifle. You don't really want to give anybody this second scatter ray. I guess we'll give you the laser Sten gun. Upgrades? Nah. Whoop, you're going to be mostly dropping grenades. We do got to get rid of that assault rifle for you, though, because having a speed of 9 is not extraordinarily helpful. Let's give you just a regular SMG. So laser Sten gun, Paula Poundstone, you're going to be doing the bulk of our heavy lifting here. No, I don't want any of these things. What I want to do is give you the actual gun that you're supposed to be carrying, this laser cannon. And then we will give you some weapon upgrades, because again, heavy lifting is your responsibility. Autoloader, expanded magazine. Let's give you the elite stock in case we really want one shot to hit. You can help us out with that. Anybody else need an upgrade? Kathleen Madigan. I suppose what we'll do for Kathleen Madigan is just give her some bonus stuff. Like maybe a flashbang. Not a smoke grenade. Let's give her a flashbang and why not a frag? Patton Oswalt, we're going to change your loadout a little bit too here. Ah, man, I wish we had the Skulljack available. This would be a good opportunity to try and set up a mission where our goal is to just Skulljack somebody. Let's give you a flashbang and a frag. Lewis Black, you already have AP ammo. We should probably give somebody else AP ammo just for shoots and giggles. Who would that somebody be? You could give it to Don, the Roastmaster Rickles. He just doesn't really seem... You know what? I don't think anybody here really needs it. This team is fine. This team is not... Well, they're not fine, but, I mean, they're acceptable. Let's do it. Start this infiltration. We'll go blow up a monument pointlessly. Let's go irritate Advent for no particular reason. Except that we can. This is the Mount Everest motivation right here. Why do men climb mountains? Because they're there. Why do we blow up Advent? Also because they're there. Why are we gonna go do Operation... What squad did we send on this? This is just Joe. Oh, Operation Joe... Okay, yeah. This is Operation Joe Brand watches a man die. I guess we'll have to do that one next episode. So, yeah. I'm sorry about the short episodes lately. I'd love to do something a little more engaging than walking onto a map, watching some helpless fool get killed, and then walking off of the map while I come back and look at the mission failed sign. But welcome to 1.3, folks. This is it. This is what you got. If you're enjoying this, I'd be unusually surprised, but you might also consider dropping a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more Long War II and the best of Point Break references, I mean, the whole plot is predicated upon a meatball sandwich. And the only other thing we can say about that is, you know, they always tell you should stretch yourself as an actor. Tom Sizemore, he really did it. That cat has got range. More of that. Might consider subscribing as well. New episodes of XCOM every single day till 1.3 finally breaks me. I think I may have reached my elastic limit and am about to get to the point where irreparable damage will be done. If you want to see that happen, though, you know what to do. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.